hell's going on here? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? What am I doing with this? Oh, gee whiz. Okay. What's up, everyone? It's great to see you. I'm back. Party on. With this channel, I didn't want to just talk about things like work or things like, politics or whatever. I didn't want to do anything specific with this channel. And I was open to any suggestion. And like the one I got most recently was from my brother and his wife. And they said, what was it like to play Tekken in Korea? For anyone that doesn't know, Tekken is this fighting game. It's like maybe not as popular as Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter for sure. So when I knew that I was coming out here to work, I thought like, oh, that would be really rad if I got really into this like the competitive field of this video game, or like this esport. And to be honest, I'm not super special. I think I'm like good enough to compete, but I mean I don't think I'm like good enough to I don't know. As far as like esports, I think the most popular esport is probably like League of Legends or Call of Duty or something. But yeah, I competed in 2 tournaments, and one of them was like the Tekken World Tournament thing. Yeah, in Korea, and it was at this big convention center, and it was all the way on the other side of Seoul. I was running super late, and I make it to the nearest station, and I literally just start sprinting from the train station all the way like through parking lots towards this convention center, which was it might as well have been like its own like district or something. It was so big, and I was like running across like God, just like massive like courtyards, and like I said, like there were more parking lots. There was like crazy convention style parking where it's like it's similar to like Disneyland, where it says like, you know, A7 parking and stuff like that. And I was like sprinting across it with my backpack and my PlayStation controller that I bought like 2 or 3 days prior, and I'm sprinting and like kind of, you know, pushing past people, and I make it to like the steps of this convention center, and I run in, and I'm looking for signs, and I'm looking for like where I'm supposed to go, and I make it up this escalator, and there's like 20 other things going on at this convention center. There was like a Blizzard, like I think it's Blizzard. Or maybe it was, I think it was Blizzard. Is that the company that makes like World of Warcraft? Yeah. And maybe like Overwatch? I could be wrong. Anyways. So there was like a big convention for them. So there was like a bunch of like cosplayers and like a bunch of people like selling stuff. And I'm like confused because I'm just like looking for Tekken. And Tekken's like up on this like 2nd or 3rd floor in this like one like suite area. And it was kind of cool, but it was definitely smaller than the other events that were taking place. And I like rush up to this counter, and there was like these 2 girls, and they're like, oh, like I was maybe like 10 minutes past check-in time, but like they were cool, and they're just like, oh, are you, you know, here to like watch, or are you competing? And I was like, oh, I'm competing. And one thing I want to say is like there was like such like a sense of pride because this was my first tournament, and I just felt like I felt like cool, and it felt real to me. It felt like, oh, I'm like finally doing it, because they asked like my gamer name, like the name that I was like, competing with. And it's funny because the gamer name like that I chose was my sister-in-law's gamer tag on her PS4, because that's what I competed under. So the name was Chikorita Aura. Yeah, so I told these girls, I said, oh, my name is Chikorita Aura. Like Chikorita, the Pokemon, and Rita Ora. It's great. It's amazing. And these girls, they knew like Pokemon, I guess, and they go, oh, Chikorita, and they go, that's very cute. And I was like, yeah. I tried to like shrug it off, but it was just kind of, I don't know, it was a weird memory. And then like I was making them like laugh, and then I guess this guy must have thought I was like, like a pro or like someone special, because like these girls were kind of like giggling about my name, and he's like, Chikorita, can I get your autograph? So I tried to like awkwardly explain to him like, oh, I'm not really famous, but like he was, he had his autograph book out, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll sign his stuff. So I was like, yeah, dude, and I just I put like, I think I put like Nick, Way, Chikorita, or something, I can't remember, but I was just like, still sweaty and still wearing a Hawaiian shirt and still unshaven. I walk in this place, and I was already supposed to be reporting to like my like area, like my TV where I was going to compete against like the in the first round of pools, and I can't remember this dude's name. It was like Poison Claw or something, and like I looked him up like the night before, and he had like an official YouTube channel, and I definitely felt like he was like way better than me, But I sat down, and I think he was using like Dragonov or somebody. Who was he using? Maybe he was using what's his name, Fang. I was using Steve, this British boxer. I don't know. I was using him, and I didn't have any time to warm up because, like I said, I was arriving like a little bit late. So right when I got in, I was like trying to say like, hi, that's me, and they're just like, oh, like sit down, and then they're like explaining rules to me in Korean, and I was like, I don't know what they're saying, and then this guy just like wrecks me in like 2 matches, and it was so degrading, and it was so like, I had read some tips like the night before that said like, hey, if it's your first tournament, like expect to lose, like it's okay to lose, you're supposed to lose, and then they also said stick around for your second round, even in like the losers bracket, like don't get discouraged because like you came there to play, right? So I stuck around, and it was a pretty cool environment. There was like a lot of people that were just like really into Tekken. There's like one guy that had like, he was in like King cosplay. King is this character in Tekken that has like a cheetah mask, and he was wearing like a tie, so it was like his costume from like Tekken 2 or 3 maybe. And it was just really great, and there was a couple pros there I think too, and it was, I think like Knee or someone was there, which is like a big deal. And I remember like I had watched like videos like full on like documentaries on like some of these Tekken players, like him and like Rengchu and like what's his name? What was his name? Kudans? Yeah, Kudans and like Chanel and like these Korean players. Like I had like read about them and like saw their names and like blogs and stuff, and watched their YouTube videos and watched them play, and like saw who like their mains were and stuff. And I was like able to watch, I was like within feet away from some of these players, and it was super, super cool. But it was also like so just intimidating because after losing that first match, I just felt like, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to be here. And then I waited around for like an hour or two. Like I went downstairs and I ate, and then I tried to like charge my phone, and I was like texting my girlfriend at the time, and I was just trying to kind of like, get some composure because like I still felt like I like just rushed there, and I basically got my ass kicked within the first 2 minutes of being there, and then I had nothing to do for a few hours. And I went to my second round, and this kid is sitting there, and this time I had like he and I were both there early, so we had time to kind of just like mess around, and it was cool because like he was really nice. But the first thing he said to me, he said, "Are you my enemy?" And I was just like, yeah, like, that's me. And it was really cool. And but like he was like smiling, and like we were just cool. And so we start playing, and like, after a few minutes, the like moderator came over, and he like got us prepped, and he like kind of he like explained the rules again, but this time like I didn't get as anxious. I just kind of accepted like I'm not going to like mess around too much like with my control. I'm just gonna like maintain like a sense of composure. I don't know. And so I did this match against this kid, and I actually like I beat him. I think like 2 rounds, and I had this like epiphany of like, no, I'm supposed to be here. Like I'm good enough to compete in this game. But he still like won the whole set, which was fine. But there was just like this shift in me where I didn't feel as pathetic, I guess. And so I'm really glad I stuck around. Um, my second tournament in Korea was at a smaller event it was like a underground like PlayStation store, I think. And it was in Gangnam. And it was right next to a Burger King, and I'll explain why that's important later. So I show up, and I felt like a little bit more confident because I had already like, you know, competed in one tournament, and so I sort of knew how it might feel being in like an environment where no one speaks English, and where like it's also competitive, so everyone was, you know, I feel like some people were like sizing me up, like who's this random, you know, foreigner guy like showing up to like a gaming event, like here to compete. But it was funny because I actually recognized like a few of the people that were there, because some of them were like other foreigners, and I just like I recognized like, I don't know, I just saw familiar faces. I didn't see the guy dressed as King, but it was cool because I kind of felt like I was like among them this time. Anyways, my first round, I was waiting for a bit, and no one showed up. And then I hear this guy say, he says, Chikorita Ora? Chikorita Ora? And I walk over and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he says, your opponent didn't show up, so you win your first set. And I was like, yeah. And like the guy saw my expression and he's just like, yeah. And, like, he and I were both kind of like, this is good news. It was really funny. And then my second round though was really crappy. I played against this guy that was using this character named Marduk. And Marduk is like, he's like twice the size of other players, and he was a DLC character. So I had no practice against him because he had come like that season of DLC. So I had never played against him before. And I had only competed against players that were from like the first season of DLC. So it was just a different experience for me. And so I didn't know what this guy's like moveset was. I didn't know like what he was capable of. So me and this guy fight against each other, and I think I won like, well, he beat me the first time. He like whooped my ass. And then the second round, I beat him, and like I felt like a little bit of lightning. I was like, I can do this. And I remember I beat him, and like I looked at him, and then I looked at I looked at the moderator, like almost like, did you guys see that? And God, and then the guy, he does this move where he like scoops my character, and he just like wails on me. And he basically does like an MMA thing where like just, what is that, ground and pound? He's just whooping my guy's ass. My guy's like stuck on the floor. It sucked. And the guy beats me, and I think we did like 2 full like sets or whatever, and I lost both sets. But I'd won like 1 round from each of those sets. I did pretty well actually compared to how my first tournament was, and compared to like my own expectations, I guess. And this guy says, Marduk is strong. I was like, yeah, dude, Marduk is very strong. And I got my ass kicked. And I leave, and I go to Burger King next door, and I'm sitting there, I'm eating Burger King, and I'm just thinking about Tekken. And I was kind of like looking forward to like the next tournament. This is before COVID, so like I think like, I don't know, I still had hope that like I could do more stuff like this in the coming months. And as I'm like leaving, the Burger King, that guy's walking in, and we're both like, I was like walking out of the door, but he was like walking in, and it was like really awkward because it's like we're like both sort of standing there, and then I kind of like moved out of the way to like let him pass, and he kind of like smiled, and I felt like I felt like such a pushover. Like this guy just took my dignity in between these doors at Burger King. God, yeah. Overall, though, it was really cool, and I love that so many people were like involved in this thing, and like I don't know, it was just such a neat experience, and it was something that like I'd sort of talked about before I moved to Korea, and I did it, and I sort of did the thing that I talked about, so it made me feel happy. I was really proud of myself, you know. God, I feel like I talked a bunch about this. Anyways, I think I'm done for now. So, for anyone that's kind of surprised by my new angle, I'm not sitting in front of my computer, like directly in front of it. Now I'm here. And now I'm here. It's not so bad. Anyways, if you are one of like my 14 subscribers, feel free to, I don't know, put a comment and tell me anything interesting that you want me to talk about, or any questions that you have. I mean, I think I'm here for one more year, and I don't know. I've done other things in Korea, but I mean, yeah. All right. Oh my god. Alright. Do I look fat? Alright. If you're listening, this video is finished. You don't have to watch anymore.